And of course, what Eddie has done is made this all-British fight. Joshua Buatsi against Craig Richards. It's going to be in London on May the 21st. It's light heavyweight, of course it is. Where is it again, Eddie?
We're going to let you know tonight.
Okay, Eddie, thanks for that.
We're trying on a great one.
I just thought I'd caught you with your guard down there. We heard from Craig Richards. Craig, you spoke very well. And now you're sitting shoulder to shoulder with the man you're going to be fighting on the 21st of May, and he's Josh Buatsi, who is now preparing, or has been preparing, over in the US. How are you?
Not too bad, man. It was a quick flight here. I'm joking, man. It took 10 hours, but I'll be back out tomorrow morning. So quick in and I'm out.
How do you feel strolling in? Craig was saying he's got the utmost respect for you. It's mutual?
It is, man. I was saying in the car when I was coming here, I've known Spider for years. And funny thing is, I don't forget this because whenever I see Spider's mum at a fight, I go say hi to her. And she's always saying, listen, you're a good fighter. You and my son will fight one day. And it's not personal, it's just a fight. And I was like, cool, it's true, it will happen. So I saw this coming, he probably did too, but I've known Spider for years, so, you know, it's a fight, and now it's cool. Outside the ring, you know, I'm easy, but when we get in, we know what we have to do, so.
But when two guys like each other so much, do you really want to fight them?
It's the sport that we're in. We chose this, do you know what I mean? I've agreed to the fight he has, so I could never be asked, do you want to fight, do you really want to fight? I'm in it. So May 21st, I'll be here. He'll show up and we'll rock and roll.
You know what's funny as well is sometimes it's kind of like a position of calling the bluff. I had this with Liam Smith and Anthony Fowler when I asked one of them and they were like, well, he won't fight me. And then I asked the other one, he went, well, he won't fight me. I said, well, what if you both do want to fight? Then we'll do it then. And it's a bit like that where it's like, you know, these guys know each other, but it's what they need to do. This is an official eliminator for the WBA world title. The winner of this fight could fight the winner of Canelo Bivol. You're talking about, you know, becoming a multi-millionaire overnight in one fight, potentially, if you win this fight. And they've got to go through each other. It's a brutal sport. It's prize fighting.
Josh was saying, okay, well, in that case. But isn't it amazing, Simon? That's what always amazes me about the fight game. These two clearly get on with each other. Yep. There's a lot of mutual respect. Yet they'll go to war on the night of May the 21st.
Yeah, but that's what makes boxing one of the... I mean, trash talking is one thing, respect is another. Underneath all the trash talking in different fights, there will always be a level of respect that might have to come out after the fight. But that's why there is such integrity in boxing. That's why, having been involved in football, as you know, I always speak so fondly about boxing, because you look at these boys, you look what they have to go through, you look at what's at risk, not just livelihoods, but lives at times, and you say, you know, chapeau to these guys. And what it's nice to do, and I like the needle as well, but what it's nice to do is get fighters in a room where they can have a civilised conversation, and it isn't staged like your gloves are off nonsense sometimes, but it's a proper conversation when people can have a dialogue, and then it's business. And they'll go to war, and they're putting their livelihoods and their career paths, and what you've got here is a domestic fight, which is a pseudo-world level fight, in a domestic fight, which is fabulous.
Yes.
So
with
well
a lot
done to these
stake.
boys, and well done for Eddie making this fight.
And as Eddie said, the prize is enormous. The incentive is huge.
Yeah, it is.
One of you will stands on the brink of becoming very wealthy and very successful. Josh, how do you rate Craig?
Craig's a good fighter, I think. Went 12 with Bivol, which I keep saying I'm going to watch and I haven't, but I will this time. I think he lost to Buglioni, but he took that on short notice. I was even there to see it. I probably spoke to him before the fight, wished him well as well. So good fighter, hasn't been stopped before. He's got good wins. You know me, you can't get me to say bad about my opponent. That's one thing I do know. I think 2 hands, 2 legs. Do you know what I mean? 2 hands, 2 legs is a good fighter.
But
he's from London as well.
I say this is a great thing about it. There is respect, but you both are very confident that you win this fight. So
absolutely, yeah. I mean,
and that's the question.
Yeah,
you believe you win this fight.
Yeah, Eddie, Spider believes he wins. I wholeheartedly believe when I get in that ring, I'm different from what I am now. Now I'm gonna see how I'm gonna react to what I'm gonna be like. Cool, but one thing I don't doubt and one thing that I do know is when it's time to fight, I know what time it is. I don't question what I'm gonna be like.
Craig, I noticed when Josh was speaking there, you were looking at me. You're not really kind of locking.
I haven't looked at Spider.
I've seen Spider looking
man.
in visually, the two of you. You're both looking at me. Listen, I'm flattered. It's delightful. But you're not kind of locking in visually to each other.
You know, it is. I think, you know, with fighters usually, say for instance, for example, if I box the guy from Russia or America, you see each other online, you watch each other on TV, you finally see him in real life, you're sizing him up, you're gauging him. As you said, we've seen each other, we know each other well, there's nothing to size up, there's nothing to gauge, so there's no point me like locking eyes with him and start trying to mean mug him. I'm not going to be intimidated. He's not going to be intimidated. So it's just like you're just relaxed. You're just talking. There's no sort of trying no funny tricks under the table.
Eddie, what have you done to us here? I don't want either of these two to lose.
I know, they both speak very well. And
Honestly.
that's always difficult when you make a fight. Like, we've worked with these guys for a long, long time. But our job is to give them both the best opportunities in the sport to go on and change their life, but also to chase history and legacy.
Yeah.
This is the fight for both of them to do it. And I hate doing fights where I represent both guys, because I love to jump up and down, and saw it with Lee Wood last week. I mean, I'm still getting over it. My heart rate's still coming down. But this one, it's like, you know, you can't show any emotion either way, because you just say, lads, like, this is what we have to do.
Yeah,
This is what you have to do for your career.
What have the benefits been of you going to the US then, Josh, and working out there?
It's good, man. I feel the training that I get out there is A1. It's a different teaching, different schooling. And I think May 21st, we'll see it. I'll show what I've been learning out there.
It's great listening to both of them. What do you want to see in the night, Simon? Because you study the fight
What
game.
I want to see and what I will see will probably coincide. I want to see two genuine fighters going into a genuine fight. I wanted to ask Josh, do you, in your mind's eye, given he's fought at world level, do you see this as a step-up fight in terms of he's fought at world level? Arguably, there's a distinct possibility if you had a bit more belief in that fight, you could have been looking at a world champion in situ. Do you see yourself stepping up, or do you just think, I know Spider, so I don't care whether he fought at world level? Is he irrelevant to me?
No, I see this as an important fight. That's how I see it. It's for me, it's the most important fight that I'm having right now of my life. So
Because it's the next one.
Exactly. I'm not putting any weird titles on it. For me, win the next fight, Josh. That's all I have to do. And like I said, fight night, whatever you have to do to win, that's what I do.
So let's get into that, Josh. In the time we've got left, how do you do it? How do you beat Craig?
Be what you have to be to win. If I want to box, I'll box. If I want to fight, I'll fight. My last fight, Eddie, was the Spider was there too. At times in that fight, I boxed. At times in that fight, I said, forget boxing, toe to toe. Whatever I have to do to counter what he's doing, I'll do it, man. So
To counter what he's doing.
yeah,
So
whatever.
you're going to be reacting to what Craig's doing. So what are you going to do? What are you going to do in the night, Craig? What's your approach on the night?
As you say, you can't come to a fight at this level with one game plan. As the same as him, you can't just expect to just box and hope for the best. You can't just expect to get into a tear up and just hope that works. You got to be preparing all around the board. You got to have all plans covered. If he comes in that way, I've got to come that way. If he does that, I've got to counteract that. I've got to be prepared all round. All I know is that I've just got to step up, be the better man of the day, and get the win.
Is it too much to ask for a handshake before we leave the studio today?
Nah.
I'll show Craig, son. Listen, like I say to you, before the fight, I'll even buy you a hot drink if you want. But when the bell goes,
drink.
I know what time it is, and so does the opponent. So for me, that's not an issue.
If
Man.
that
How
hot
good are
drink
these
is
guys
on
for
my fucking
boxing?
head.
Brilliant. And how good for taking the fight, you know.
Yeah.
And again, like,
That's right.
it's so easy to not take these fights, and this is one of the problem with boxing. We announced the fight yesterday. You read, you know, as we do, read the social media responses. Not one post, not one reply, not saying, "Wow, what a great fight for British boxing."
Yeah.
And it should be so easy. It's so
Excellent.
obvious to make this fight, but it's so easy not to make the fight. So well done, both.
Well done to you, Eddie, for bringing the boys into us here live in talkSPORT. That was terrific. Simon, we thank you so much, but you guys are the stars. Josh and Craig, we wish you well. Of course we do. On the night of the 21st of May, right
Everyone's
here in
safe and
London.
healthy.
Where is it again, Eddie?
We'll announce
Oh, later on tonight. Damn it. That's the third time I failed to get it out of him. We wish you both well.
Appreciate
Because you're both great lads. Thanks so much for being here this lunchtime.
Jim White and Simon Jordan. Monday to Friday mornings from 10 on AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.